Hello everyone and welcome. My name's Lainey and this is Big Girls Really Do Cry, and this is the first Chatty catch up of 2025. So happy New Year everybody. I hope you had a lovely Christmas and New Year and were with all your friends and family and stuff like that, and you got spoiled and you ate lots of food and yeah, you did all the nice things, shall we say. Um where do I start? I'm going to start with Christmas. So mine was pretty quiet. Dear, it was at work, and Laura was with her partner and things. So I'd seen them, like me and Laura had our Christmas on the Christmas Eve type of thing, and yeah, so it was pretty quiet, but I still got my dinner brought to me by my brother, who made an absolutely beautiful dinner. I have to say, it was gorgeous. I couldn't eat it all, but I tried my best. Yeah, I will. I'll tell you what, I'm going to put the photo in now. So I'm going to put the photo in of the dinner now. So yeah, as you can see, absolutely beautiful. I left one of the puddings and Jasper got some meat and mashed potato mixed together with some gravy, which he thoroughly enjoyed as well. So yeah, but it was absolutely beautiful. I'm going to come back to other food and things in a bit. Um, what else has happened? So I've had issues with my legs. I think I mentioned it, mainly one leg. So I quite often get these blisters that like burst on my skin, but it takes the top layers of skin off. And I had a dressing on it because it the only way to describe it is it feels like 20,000 paper cuts. All right, maybe not 20,000, maybe about 20. But because obviously it touches the bed, it can scrape and it's really uncomfortable. So the nurse covered it with an uneven dressing. So it's like a plastic back dressing. This caused my leg to become wet underneath the dressing. So I think it's called like slough. And it's where like your body, when you've got an injury or something, your body sort of, I guess, cleans and gets rid of skin, like the dead skin and old cells and whatever else it is, I believe. Um, anyway, because it got wet, it was staying wet, and then the wetness was spreading, which meant the area of redness spread, and it was just so painful, and it was like really getting me down because it was like I couldn't like put my leg comfortable anywhere. Now, before I used to get these dressings called Caramax, and they were like non-plastic. They just would lay over the area. Do you know what I mean? And that's what I used to use. And a couple of days later, everything would be fine. It would just stop that scraping on the bed sort of thing. Um, so anyway, but the NHS doesn't supply them anymore because they're expensive. So they are 20. It varies a little bit, but we'll say the £25 on average for 10, which is expensive. Anyway, I ended up spending £75, which was actually my Christmas money that I'd gotten from family, and bought myself some dressings because I could not stand it. Now, I did this on Friday, and my God, the difference is amazing. It's dried out. It, the dressing is stuck to it at the minute, which obviously, whilst it heals, is fine, and it'll, eventually drop off. But the difference, honest, like, there's hardly any discomfort, if you know what I mean now. Well, I couldn't stand it before, so totally worth it. Despite the fact that it's bloody expensive, it is totally worth it just for the peace of it, if you know what I mean. Um, so yeah, so that's that. I wrote down TV because I don't really normally say anything about telly, but obviously the whole Gavin and Stacey, for those of us who watched it, thing, which was obviously the finale or the final or whatever you want to say. You don't say the final, do you? Because that's more like a football match. You would say the finale, wouldn't you? Is that how you pronounce it? I don't even know. Anyway, the last one ever. Uh, we'll just go with that one. And I did enjoy it, but I don't know, because like the whole of like Nessa's life. I just thought it would be so good if we could have like a spin off, but like before, like a before spin off of Nessa, like because she was like traveling with Hasty, she was sleeping with John Prescott or whoever. She's done so many things, and it just would be really cool to sort of go back and do that, like sort of explore that. I just thought it would be really cool. I always watch It's a Wonderful Life every year at Christmas. Absolutely love that film, and if you haven't watched it, you should, because it's the best. It's considering it was made in like 1946 or something. It's just such a classic. It's amazing. Love it. And the other thing I watch is Call of Duty. Call of Duty. I definitely don't watch Call of Duty, right? Call the Midwife. Oh my god, why did I think of Call of Duty? Maybe it's because my son was talking about it the other day. But anyway, yeah, Call the Midwife. With all our shotguns and stuff and go. No, that's not how it works. Yeah, so Call the Midwife. Absolutely love it. Makes me cry every time. I just love it. I love the like. Normally, I wouldn't like talk over bits, but there's bits of not through the program itself, but at the end and sometimes the beginning. There's like talk over bits. I actually really like them because it just explains things and stuff, and I always really like them. So yeah, that's about it really. For like film and telly, I watch a lot of YouTube. So yeah. Okay, moving on to Manjaro, diet and diabetes. Now, this is going to be long. Well, I'm going to try and make it slower. So, because of the diabetes and everything, I had only had little bits of dark chocolate, or a little truffle of chocolate, or 1 or 2 little squares in any one day. Never had anything more, never had cake, biscuits, or anything with high sugar and fat. And that seemed to have been helping my IBS as well. And so Christmas Day, obviously I had my dinner like I showed you, and then later on the day I had like a meat sandwich, which I'll show you in photographs. So I think one of them was turkey and one of them was not turkey. We didn't even have turkey. Why have I got like word farts or something? One of them was gammon and the other one was lamb, I think. And yeah, so was that the next day? No, actually, I think that was the next day. I didn't have them on Christmas Day. Honestly, if I just have no memory whatsoever. So we'll go back again. Start again. We'll do a rewind. Get like, or whatever. That's probably not how it sounds. Anyway, so yeah, we'll go back. Christmas Day, right? So I had my dinner. I had breakfast, actually. And then I had dinner, but I didn't have my dinner till like 4 o'clock. And then about 9 o'clock, I had a couple of extra roast potatoes and a couple of bits of meat. And I think some pink slaw or something. Just like picky, you know what I mean? And then the next, and also, I had some chocolate. Yeah. So I had 3/4 of a box of, no, I had 3/4 of a box of chocolate over Christmas Day and Boxing Day. So I had half of that on the Christmas Day and I seemed to be fine. And the next day, I'd said to myself that I was going to have some cake because I love cheesecake, but I couldn't really get one for some reason. Not a nice one. They were all just like strawberry and stuff. Not that I don't like those, but the kind of basic, considering I hadn't had a piece of cake for like 6 months or a biscuit or anything, you know what I mean, like that. So I thought I'll just get that and I'll have like one piece and whatever. Anyway, I ended up with a dime bar cake. And so the next day, I had my normal breakfast and then I had I don't think I had dinner on that day. But anyway, then on the tea time, I had like one open bread bun with the meeting that I was talking about. So it had meat and stuffing in. I also had the rest of the other 3/4 of the box of chocolates, and then I decided to have a piece of cake. Yeah, so that was Boxing Day, and basically from Boxing Day night, I was just in agony with my stomach. I had to call out for help about 3 or 4 times, and yeah, it's still not right. And we are on the 6th of January, put it that way. Well, last time had any issues was yesterday late morning, so it's currently midday. So I've gone a full 24 hours, but I did in between that go a full 48 hours and then still have it happen. So yeah. Now, whenever I've had an IBS flare up before, it has lasted 12, sort of 7 to 10 days. But what I usually do would be I would need in those time, like, oh, I would at least go 48 hours. I'm gonna get blinded by the sun now, innit? Yeah, and shadows and things. But yeah, we'll just ignore that. Even though it's been pitch black and raining all day, I'm now, yeah. Great. So while I get blinded, I'll finish the story. So, well, while we're even out, what was I saying even? I haven't a Scooby now. Oh, I'm hoping it's fading because it's blinding me. Right, anyway, um, so yeah, so on the Boxing Day, I had, like I said, breakfast is normal. I didn't have any dinner, but I did have chocolates, and then I had like the sandwich and the cake at about 6 o'clock on the night, and then yeah, and then I was just kind of in agony with my stomach. I just had like pains and heat and everything, and then which, like I said, is what my IBS was like before, and then I would just have days where you know I would have diarrhea basically, um, and it just would be a nightmare. But what I would do then is I would eat for a few days and then try again. You know what I mean? And like I said, sometimes it took 7 to 10 days for it to finally calm down and everything go back to normal. But I'm on day 11 now, and like I said, I haven't had any issues since yesterday. I've had breakfast this morning, but because I'm on insulin, I have to eat on a morning and on a night to take me insulin. So that's what I've been doing, but I've literally lived on scrambled eggs, um, toast, scrambled egg, and chicken, like just plain chicken breast. And I think, was it yesterday that I had mushrooms with it? That I just really fancied to be different because, like, the same thing for like the past 11 days is a bit mad. Um, I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to put the photographs in now of like the food now and get that out of the way. So I'll do that. Yeah, so as you say, that's, basically what I just said. um, and yeah, I also included the sandwich and the cake picture that I had from Boxing Day. But boy, do I regret that. I so regret that cake. I don't think. Well, I think if I'd have left it at the chocolate, I think I might have been all right, because I'd been all right the day before. But I think it was just for me, such a huge intake of fat because I haven't been having that it triggered my IBS, which obviously fat does, and yeah, wasn't good. And I've had like heat and uncomfortable bloatedness, and apart from obviously yeah, they're not very nice paints. But I'm really hoping that I've come to the end of it, because honest to God, I'm driven insane, and I've only had and what I also put on in that thing was my the photos is what I mean, is my calorie intake for the past week. Well, from Saturday gone, which is like 5,000 and something, which is nowhere near what I'm supposed to have. But obviously, I cannot have it, if you know what I mean. And I thought things were improving on Saturday, but then what happened? I had a low blood sugar, didn't I? My blood sugar was 2.7, and the only thing I had to have beside me, which is what I keep here, was a carton of fresh orange and a bag of breadsticks to level it back out. And the thing is I think because not long after the orange, it triggered things again, shall we say it. And yeah, I was fuming because it seemed to have calmed down, but life. So hopefully, like I said, everything's calm. I'm due to get I always want to call it HSBC, which is a bank, I know, but HBC 1A or whatever it is, blood test that you have for diabetes, which hopefully will show a massive difference. So when I next do this, hopefully I'll be able to tell you, because I've had the blood test, and I'll know what it is. But we'll find out. Other than that, blood sugars have been sort of between 5.3 and 8. But obviously, like I said, I haven't really eaten, so that's probably why it is right now. Prior to that, it was the usual sort of 7 to 9, with the odd one below. But yeah. What else did I want to say? What have I wrote? Done that. Oh yeah. So going outside, this is like a thing, isn't it? I've tried to get hold of my OT today because I want to get the ball rolling, although it's no longer under her. Like, she is not dealing with it now. Plus she'll be going off for maternity anyway. So the worst thing is that the sun is so low, and I'm like directly hit so this happens to me every day when the sun's out, and it's been pretty much all the time. So normally I get a carer to pull one of the curtains across, so that at least for part of the time I'm not totally blinded. But anyway, yeah, so I tried to contact my OT, but like I said, I haven't been able to get hold of her. I left her a message, and hopefully she'll get back to me, because I want to know I want a number for the people who are meant to be dealing with me. Yeah, thanks, son, just thanks. I want a number for the people. Oh my God. There. Well, there's a good hair. Yeah, so I want to... Oh my God, I do. Yeah, so I want a number for... I can't even work out there. Can't even say... That just looks weird, doesn't it? Yeah. So I want a number for the people who are going to be dealing with it from now on, so that I can basically badger them. I mean, I actually wrote fight for myself to get out, so like, ring them up, meet them in the car park and that. But yeah, do whatever I need do, keep badgering, because the basis of it is if you don't do that, you just kind of put in a inbox essentially, and nobody deals with it. So, and I know I'm going to get passed from pillar to post, and I'll go around the mulberry bush. Yeah, I haven't thought of that. It used to be a song that I sang as a kid. What was it? Something about the mulberry bush, wasn't it? Can't remember. Anyway, yeah, so that is just basically fight until somebody listens, and keep going. because if I don't, no one else will, and that's the thing, isn't it? And it shouldn't have to be like that, and it shouldn't have to be this way, but it is. And so yeah, crack on, I guess, crack on and do it. So I'm gonna turn my page because my notes. So New Year's resolution. I don't do New Year's resolutions, but I know a lot of people do. But I have just wrote myself goals for the year, and there's only 3. So obviously the first one for this year is to get outside and literally fight everyone I need to do that, basically. And like I said, not in the car park or anything, just, on the phone, badgering, pestering, keep going, write to me MP if I have to. Whatever I have to do, I'm going to do to make sure that I get out. Then improve both of my YouTube channels. So obviously I've got this channel, as most of you will know. I've also got Lainey Reacts, which I haven't posted on in 10 months, apart from the other day when I started, which were videos from March, which is weird because I can really see like where I've lost weight in those videos. Do you know what I mean? So that was cool to look back at, I suppose. So yeah, I have recorded 4 new videos, or 5, I can't remember how many I did. And I'm just going to ease into it because I used to do a new one every day. So I'm going to ease into it, and I've just set myself to 2 to 3, I said, but I'm going to do 2, I think, and then build it up again. As for this channel, I have an idea for a new thing. Yeah, that works, isn't it? And it's music related, and it'll be called Lost in Music, because I've already got the name. And it's going to be basically, so I'm going to get a guest on, and it'll be the story of their life through music, essentially. So there'll be like questions from when they were young, and like people that influenced in songs have loved, etc., etc. And although I haven't got the format yet, it'll be something like that. And I think there's been similar through the years with like Desert Island Discs and stuff, but it'll obviously not be exactly the same, but it's just kind of that starting concept, I guess. But I just think loads of people have different love when it comes to music, and it's so varying how one person can hear something and love it, another person can absolutely detest it, and it's so strange how that works, isn't it? But it's so amazing. So I just thought, I've always wanted to do something like this, and I'm finally gonna get the ball rolling. Essentially, it'll be the usual, probably Tuesday night at 9 o'clock, but I'll confirm everything once it's all set in stone, shall we say. And other than that, obviously eventually, obviously I'm doing these chatty catch-ups every so often, but I would eventually, hopefully, once I get back outside, start doing vlogs again and do a few other things. And maybe if anyone's got any ideas what they'd like me to do, that would be cool, then please put them in the comments. I'm happy to listen. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Hopefully, I hope that... Oh no, I've just looked down and then thought, you didn't even read the third one. So the 3 things were: get outside and fight everyone to do so, improve both my YouTube channels, and then the last one was keep losing weight and being healthier. That is what I'm aiming for. So yeah, that is what I'm going to do. But anyway, thank you all for listening and to me waffle as per. And it's, this video could probably have been made by someone else to say exactly the same thing in half the time, but then it wouldn't be me, would it? But anyway, I hope you're all good, and I shall catch you later. Thank you very much. Bye bye now. Bye bye.